At some point in your cricketing journey, you will come across the issue of copyright. Now, I'm not a lawyer, and the rules can vary depending on the country you live in. So just keep in mind that this is not legal advice. I'm just dispelling some of the common misconceptions. So what is copyright? In simple terms, copyright is a type of creative ownership that gives the original artist exclusive rights to their creation and how that creation should be used. It protects the creator's work from unauthorized duplication or use and encourages others to create their own artistic work. If an image doesn't have a copyright logo or a trademark, copyright doesn't apply. Copyright occurs automatically as soon as an image is created. It doesn't need to be registered anywhere, and the copyright owner has control over how their material is used. Everything on Google Images is free to use. Copyright isn't waived when something is published on the internet. Google does have a handy tool for selecting images with a specific usage type, but you'll still need to go to the website where the image is located to check what type of license it has. I'm just making things for personal use, so copyright doesn't apply to me. Copyright applies to any and all reproductions made. The creators of the content might have different rules if their image is reproduced for personal use, but you still need to check. If I add a disclaimer or credit the artist, I'll be protected. It's pretty simple. If you don't have permission to use the image, or you haven't purchased a commercial license, then you're breaching copyright by reproducing that image. You might notice some listings will say famous mouse rather than writing the word Disney in the listing. And while this might make it a little bit more difficult for brands to find your items, you're still technically breaching copyright by reproducing these images. Copyright doesn't apply if I changed 30% of the image. It's a complete myth that changing a specific percentage of an image will protect you against copyright infringement. And copyright infringement can still occur even if the wording or visual parts of an image have been changed. I bought my images from Etsy, so I'm covered. Plenty of copyright or even trademarked images are sold on Etsy every day. High-end brands are very picky about where they issue licenses and the types of products that can be sold with their branding. You can purchase from Etsy, but stay away from any high-end brand SVG files and always look for listings that describe what kind of license you're purchasing. The first time I get caught, I'll just get a cease and desist letter. Yes, you may receive an initial cease and desist letter, but in most cases, the creator can and will attempt to recover the profits you've gained from selling their image unlawfully. And ignorance is not bliss in this case. There are no accommodations by saying, "Oh, well, I didn't know, I'll never do it again." The fact remains, if you breach copyright, you can be issued with significant penalties. So what's the big deal? Copyright infringement is effectively stealing. When you use someone else's image, you're stealing from someone who spent considerable time learning their craft and making their designs. It's the right thing to do to obtain permission or pay artists for their work. The second reason is that there are significant consequences. When it comes to large organizations, they have a legal right to pursue copyright infringement. Some of these brands hire teams of people who trawl the internet and Facebook for infringements. They have the resources to take firm action, and they won't hesitate. I've heard of countless people losing their homes and businesses over copyright lawsuits. How should I go about this in the right way? The first way is to use reputable sources. Websites like Design Bundles, Creative Fabrica, and many other reputable SVG websites have very cheap premium licenses which allow you to make an unlimited number of finished products. Stock image websites like Pixabay have vector images that are free for commercial use. The second way is to make your own. Get creative with vector-based software like Inkscape, Procreate, or Illustrator to create your own SVG files. The third way is to create designs in Cricut Design Space. Cricut has an angel policy on the images contained in Design Space, which allow you to sell up to 10,000 completed items using Design Space images. This excludes licensed content like Disney or Marvel, for example, and you can visit their website to read the full policy. And the last way is to get permission. Getting permission doesn't have to be difficult. There are a lot of public catalogues of copyright where you can look up an image. There also might be watermarks or other artist names on the image file itself. You then reach out to the artist, and you might be surprised that many will give you permission to use the image for free or at a very low cost. To sum it all up, always work under the assumption that everything is subject to copyright until proven otherwise. Ultimately, this is your decision to make, but I hope this video has helped explain copyright in simple terms so you can embark on your Cricut journey being fully informed.